Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Natalie. If you're new here, welcome. We're going to have a very casual video today. I'm sitting cross-legged on my bed and I just want to talk because it's been some time since I filmed a video. While I am filming this right now, it's been about 2 weeks since I last uploaded a video, which is so unlike me because I never skip uploads, and it's been a season. I guess I'll just say that. I am reaching burnout and it wasn't good. So I posted on my stories about it. I feel like so many of you can relate, and I don't know, maybe I'll do a whole video on it, but I was just feeling like I've been in such a rut. I'm in such a creative rut. I don't know what to do. I feel so overwhelmed. I feel so burnt out, and the only thing I wanted to do was talk to you, but also the only thing I couldn't do was pick up a camera and film because I like physically couldn't do it. Or something that I just for some reason couldn't bring myself to do. And I don't know if any of you have ever felt that way, whether it's with obviously filming or something else. I've just like felt like I couldn't do anything, and it was the weirdest feeling, and I haven't had that feeling before. Here I am sitting down in front of the camera and I'm really happy about it. I'm super happy that I'm actually sitting down and talking to you, and today I'm gonna do a Q&A. I actually posted this Q&A on my story December 2nd. It is now December 7th. So about a week ago, I posted this on my story and I wanted you guys to ask me questions because I was like, I can't film anything. I'm gonna film a Q&A, and then I couldn't even bring myself to film that. So about a week later, I'm filming this video. If any of you have ever experienced burnout or feeling that way right now, just know that you are not alone. It is so common, and it is so much better to take that break that you need rather than burning yourself to the ground. Or running yourself to the ground. I don't know what the expression is, but it's better to take that break. So these are going in no particular order. We are just going to dive in. First question, what is something career related that you wish you would have done differently? This is a really good question, and I feel like hindsight is 20/20. You know, you look back and you're like, oh, I should have done that differently. I should have done that differently. There are definitely things I have learned in the past, and one of the biggest things is the amount of money that I had spent. I think I spent too much money either hiring people, not giving people the correct like criticism, not letting go people when I knew that I needed to. Realizing that I'm like spending money on unnecessary things. I think that has been such a big thing, especially when I was like freelancing and just like smaller. I would kind of just throw money to outsource something but wasn't as on top of it as I should have been, which has definitely changed with Rella. That fear of giving people criticism even though they work for me, or just spending unnecessary money thinking that, oh, it's okay, I need to spend it to outsource, but not like monitoring the work that well. I think that was a big thing. I kind of just was excited to hire and to outsource, and so I just spent money that I didn't necessarily need to spend. Another thing that I would have done differently is at the very beginning of any business that you have, make sure you have defined roles for every single person on your team. So that should include yourself, that should include your co-founders, and that should also include your employees. That is a huge thing that I've learned. Like, you need to have a designated role, and there shouldn't be much overlap with people, especially when you're small. And even if there is overlap, you need to know, why is there overlap? Is there too much to do for one person, or is there going to be some conflict with this overlap? So really understanding every single person's role, including your own, and having it all written out. Those are definitely a lot of things that I've learned. I don't know if I answered the question of what I would do differently, but I guess learning all of those things are things that I wish I would have done differently. Anything that you are excited for in the new year? Rella launching, that is definitely something I'm excited for. We are officially launching on the App Store on January 18th. This is the first time I am putting it out there. We've pushed back quite a bit. We were supposed to launch in October, November, December, and now we've set a date, January 18th. So now that it's out there, that's kind of scary. We can't push it back anymore. No, but I mean, I'm feeling really good about it. There are definitely a lot of things that go wrong in an app, and there are definitely going to be bugs that we have on January 18th as well. But we're trying to fix all of those in our beta, which we have released yesterday. We released it to 100 people, and we're releasing it to more people every week. So if you want to sign up for it, I will have the download link down below. And you can also pre-order it on the App Store sometime soon. Hopefully by the time you watch this video, you'll be able to actually like see it on the App Store and like pre-order it for free. So it's just like gonna download the day that you guys the day that we launch. That is what I am most excited about, but I'm also so nervous because 2021 was a year of, you know, building Rella, and then 2022 is going to be the year of continuing to build, but while we have a user base and while we're also like listening to our users for the very first time. So I'm super excited, but I'm also very, 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 very nervous. And I don't know, I think it's going to be a year of like the Wild West for me. Like, I'm not gonna know what to expect, I'm not gonna know what to do, but it's gonna be a learning year for me, even more so than this year. So I'm excited about that too. Favorite place that I have ever lived. I was originally born in Fort Lauderdale, lived here for 9 years, and then moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, then moved to Raleigh, North Carolina for 4 years for school. Then I moved to LA for a summer. Then I moved back to Charlotte, North Carolina. Then I moved to New York City for a year, and now I am back in Miami. So out of Charlotte, Raleigh, LA, Miami, New York, those 5 places that I've lived, I would have to say that Miami has been one of my favorites. And I've only been here for like a little over 6 months. I think it's actually been, dang, it's actually I think been 8 months already. I've been here for 8 months and I actually really, really like it. I thought that New York City was my favorite place to live, but it is something that I just like don't need in my life right now. It's very expensive, very stressful. I think it just like decreases your quality of life by a lot, and it's during a time where I am like incredibly stressed right now. Living in a place that is kind of like a tropical vacation has been really, really good for me. And Keon is here now, so that's obviously really nice. I have family here, but I'm not like living at home. It's just the warm weather year-round has really helped me, so Miami has been my favorite spot to live thus far. What do you feel like is your next step in life past the Rella launch? This is my 5-year plan, or not my 5-year plan. This is my life plan that is obviously not going to happen the exact way that I picture it, but if I could like write the storyline of my life, this is what I would hope to accomplish, and I'm gonna put it out here so maybe in 10 years from now I can rewatch this video and be like, so cool, that came true. We'll see. I would say number 1, I want to launch Rella, obviously. I want Rella to be very successful, and ideally I would like to have an exit with Rella. Like, I would like to eventually have Rella be acquired. I mean, I would love to be a mom with kids, being able to stay at home while also working at home. I never want to just stay and, take care of kids, because that's just not something I personally want to do, but props to anyone else that wants to do that. But I would like to have a job that allows me to stay at home with my kids and like actually not be like out and about and out in an office. I'd love to be a mentor to entrepreneurs. I'd love to be an angel investor one day. I'd love to write a book one day. Forbes 30 under 30 one day. And a lot of these are like career-oriented goals, but later in life, I really would like to slow down and, just enjoy life a little bit more. So I guess right now it's kind of like work as hard as I can right now, so that later in life I can have that like slower pace and slower lifestyle and, just be more present. So that would be like what my goals are for life. But like, I have no clue what's gonna happen. Who the heck knows? Like, I can say this right now and things are going to change. Like, literally life changes so quickly, and I've just learned to adjust with that. I have videos like Q&As just like this one when I was living in New York City, for example, and I said I wanted to raise my kids in New York and own an agency and blah 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 blah, like all of this stuff that like a year later, that's not even what I want anymore. So life changes, things change. So at this season, in this moment, that's ideally what I would like, but like, I am open to whatever, and I don't need to follow a specific path. I'm just kind of taking every day, day by day. Before we move on to the next question, I also did want to thank Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Squarespace, if you do not know, is the #1 way to build a website. It is the way that not only I have built personal websites for myself, but it's also the way that Rella has built our website. We tried doing the custom website route, guys. It did not work. It was a mess. It was horrible. We went back to Squarespace because it was just so much easier, super customizable, and it allows everyone to kind of collaborate on it. You can have different team members on it. You can also view your analytics all through Squarespace. You can have a blog on Squarespace and run that through there. You can sell things on Squarespace. There is nothing Squarespace can't do, and it is the easiest way to build a website. So if you are either running a business, setting up a portfolio, doing an online shop, whatever it is you're doing, you definitely need to have a website that is aesthetically pleasing and also very easy to use, and so Squarespace is going to do that for you. If you want to get 10% off, you can use my code NatalieBarbu, or you can click on squarespace.com/NatalieBarbu and you'll get 10% off your first order. How are the other Rella founders affording to live while working full-time on Rella? So this is actually a good question. I've gotten this quite a bit. None of the founders are taking a paycheck. All of our contractors are, so do not worry. I truly do not believe in unpaid internships. I think they are incredibly unfair. I think that they only benefit people who already come from some sort of wealth, and I just don't think that's fair. So I definitely believe in paid and fair internships. So that's just one thing I have to throw out there because I'm very passionate about it. If you want me to do a whole rant on it, I will, because I have my points lined up. We are the only ones that are not getting paid. It's the founders. I think that because we all truly believe in Rella, and right now we do not have the funds to really pay ourselves, that is why we are, you know, putting the company first and putting us second. I make money from YouTube, from social media, from sponsors like the ones that you just heard. That is how I am making my money. My co-founders also have a second job that they are making income from. It's not a full-time job, so that is how they are making money, and we're just making it work with Rella. So until we are later on and, you know, we raise more money, then we'll start giving ourselves a paycheck. But as of now, we are not on salary. We don't get paid from Rella, and I kind of like that. I mean, it's just sweat equity that we're working for. We all obviously have equity in the company, so yeah, we'll get our pay when Rella becomes big. What is something that you learned about yourself this year? This is such a good question because I do not feel like I'm a very introspective person. I feel like I'm just very, you know, I don't look back and I'm not oh man, let me reflect on my life. I am very forward thinking and I do not look back. Questions, even the first one of what do you regret or what would you do differently, it's very hard for me to look back and be what would I do differently, or what, you know, I'm just not a reflective person in general. I think I learned about myself this year. I'm trying to think. I can't even think about what I learned about myself this year. This is why journaling is so important, but usually when I journal, I just kind of talk about my day. I don't introspectively think. So I feel I need to do some more of that. The fact that I can't answer what I learned about myself this year. Guys, you know what? I need to journal and I'll get back to you because I literally cannot think right now.